Good evening and welcome to Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. My name is Dorcas Mensah. Cstv News at 24 is brought to you by Celeste Tom Brown, Rema Ushering Agency, Amstel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, KS Rafemix Company Limited, Sarah's Dream Jewelries, Yap Decorations, Nap Apartment Hotel, and Crystal Jewelry Pet Shop. Now let's look at some headlines that will be coming your way on our news bulletin for tonight. The Methodist Church Ghana respond to Supreme Court suit over Wesley Girls High School. Also, 13 schools in Kwewu West receive science and math learning materials. Moving on to business news also. Banks must step up, but Beidou Abuaji as edges or back on the international front also. ECOWAS expels Guinea-Bissau after Army General seizes power. There's a many more stories will be coming your way on our news bulletin for tonight. Please stay with us. Welcome back. It's still live on Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. For some time now, there have been a debate between missionary schools allowing students to perform off faith. Due to that, the Methodist Ghana Church Ghana has responded to a report of a case filed at the Supreme Court against Wesley Girls High School, saying it is taking steps to secure the official court document and will defend its interests fully. In a press released on Friday and signed by the presiding bishop, Most Reverend Professor Johnson K. Isiama Jedu, the church said that attention had been drawn through the media to a pending suit in the Supreme Court interlude Shafiq Usman versus the Board of Governors, Attorney General, and the Ghana Education Service. According to the church, even though it had not yet been fully notified, it was moving swiftly to obtain the records. Responding to public claims that the school would discriminate against students of other faiths, the church firmly rejected the allegations. The Speaker of Parliament, Alvin Backben, has taken a decisive step against Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markins, citing him for contempt of Parliament and immediately referring the matter to the Privileges Committee. The move stems from the MP alleged persistent disregard for a former parliamentary decision that removed him from the country's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament.
Honorable members, having reviewed the complaint, the standing orders, and the governing principles, I am satisfied that the matter raised prima facie implicates the dignity and institutional integrity of this House. Pursuant to Order 34.1, I therefore refer the matter, the complaint lodged by the Honorable Member for Boku Central and a majority leader to the Committee on Privileges and Immunities for examination, inquiry, investigation, and report to the House. The committee is directed to 1. Ascertain the relevant facts giving rise to the complaint, including the actions taken by the House and by the Honorable Member concerned. 2. Review those actions taken within the framework of our standing orders and the applicable protocols of the ECOWAS Parliament.
And now moving on to other stories, as today marks the final funeral rite of the late former First Lady Nana Kunedu Ajimai-Rawlings, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has described late former First Lady Nana Kunedu Ajimai-Rawlings as a pioneer leader who redefined the role of a First Lady. The tribute was read by Jos Bawa on behalf of the President at the final funeral rites of Nana Kunedu.
Was far more than a former First Lady. She was a pioneering leader, an unwavering champion of women's empowerment, a trailblazer in our political landscape, and a deeply committed patriot. Her life story is one defined by boldness to speak, to challenge, to lead, and to stand resolutely for what she believed was right for Ghana. As First Lady, she redefined the role and transformed it into a platform for national development. Through her inspirational leadership, 31st December Women's Movement, she expanded opportunities for women and girls. Behind the determined public image of Democratic Congress and on behalf of a grateful nation, I honor her memory. May her beautiful soul rest in perfect peace, and may her legacy continue to guide us toward a more just, inclusive, and equitable Ghana. Fare thee well, Nana Kunedu Ajimai-Rawlings. Ghana will remember you. Thank you.
Also on the same story, the children of the late former First Lady Nana Kunedu Ajimai-Rawlings have paid an emotional tribute to her as a woman of action whose legacy will continue to shape Ghana's democratic and gender equality journey. The message delivered by Kimati Rawlings on behalf of his siblings was read at a state funeral held today at the Independence Square in Accra.
Tribute by the children, led by Kimati Rawlings. Mom, you lived with a conviction that shaped both our family and the country. Yours was the consummate life of a tireless patriot, a woman who loved her country and celebrated it every opportunity she got. No problem was too small for you to personally tackle, and no problem was too small for you to personally tackle, and no solution was ever out of your expertise. That a woman existed that still resonates today. The movement established about 1,000 early childhood development centers, advanced adult literacy, set up income-generating activities, and led legal reforms granting inheritance rights to women and children. Mom, you championed the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child and fought relentlessly for the dignity and self-reliance of women. You were never just advocating, you were doing. You will be remembered as a woman of action. Your legacy resonates far beyond our family. The movement you led and your unwavering pursuit of equality will continue to shape Ghana for generations. As we grow older, we came to understand your uncompromising, kind, and relentless nature more deeply. You lived your values without reservation, believing that actions were either right or wrong, and never settled for the uncommitted gray space in between. This clarity, rare in politics, made you an exceptional leader. You taught by example that doing nothing was never acceptable. Your conviction and insistence on action gave courage to the countless women and inspired a nation's democratic process.
Let me take you to the Eastern region. 13 basic schools in the Kwebu West municipality has received science and mathematics apparatus to enhance teaching and learning in the area. Municipal Chief Executive Tamimu Halidu urged schools to take care of the materials to ensure they positively impact learning outcomes. Also, Municipal Education Director George expressed gratitude to the MCE and therefore pledged to raise science and mathematics in the area. You're still live on Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. More stories will be coming your way after the commercial break. Stay tuned.
The manager of Crystal Jurek Pet Shop. Here, we have varieties of pet foods and accessories. When it comes to dog foods and cat foods, we have everything. We have the 25 kg pellets, the 20 kgs, the 10 kgs. We have Happy Home, High Performance, Dog Chew, Jack Pet Food, GC Puppy and Adults, High Retrieval, Happy Canine. When it comes to the leashes or the collars, we have everything, whether small, medium or large. We have their supplements, their vitamins, fish oils, medicated soaps, and their tablets. We also have the flea and tick sprays, their refreshers. And when it comes to their bowls, we have different types of bowls. Stainless or plastic bowls, medium, large. We have their traveling bags, their bathing tubs, their towels, and all their chains as well. We also do breeding of dogs and cats. Whether you are looking for poodles, puppies, any mixed breed, we have them. Foreign cats too are available. When it comes to their treats, we have the big bones, we have their biscuits, we have their snacks, we have our locations. One is located at East Legon American House, adjacent KB Clay, near Intifo Avenue Street. We also have a branch at Blue Lagoon, Sacramento, opposite the Ghana Poultry Farmers Association, General Anchor Street. You can contact us on 0243 03 2066 or 020 473 8175. At Crystal Jewelry, we will always want your pet to smile.
Jewelry, a story of love, elegance, and timeless beauty. At Sarah's Dream Jewelry, we bring you exquisite craftsmanship, stunning designs, and pieces that celebrate your moment. From engagement to anniversaries, birthdays to just because surprises, we help you make memories that shine forever. Discover timeless classics, modern elegance, and breathtaking collections, all at prices that sparkle. Looking for something unique? Our expert artisans craft personalized jewelry made just for you. Let's make your moment unforgettable. Sarah's Dream Jewelry, where elegance meets you.
You are come back from the commercial break. Now, let's move on to some business stories. The minority in parliament is warning that more tax increases are likely in the coming days, a development they say will further burden already struggling businesses. According to the caucus, the approval of the Value-Added Tax Bill 2025, which eliminates the flat rate VAT system, effectively raises VAT on retail goods and services from 3% to 15% and increase VAT on real estate from 5% to 15%.
The burden contained therein is this, that you are increasing retail service and goods VAT from 3% to 15%. Simplicity. 2, real estate is going up from 5 to 15%. This revenue neutrality language and all that, we're not interested. You are saying in your own report, you are saying that the introduction of this bill will help government to generate revenue. True or false? We are telling you that this bill is being brought because you need revenue. If you are not imposing tax, if this bill does not seek to burden the ordinary businessman, then what else are you seeking to achieve?
And still in business news, Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu Abuaje, says Ghana's economic progress now depends on a stronger partnership between banks and the private sector. According to him, the fundamentals have shifted and government is no longer absorbing bank capital through treasury bills, and lenders must lend to the private sector or risk losing out on meaningful returns.
I mean, the development of an economy, for me, is a partnership. So the banks will play their role, the businesses will now, because if they don't go for the loan, the money will be there. There's nothing you can do with it. Now that government is not borrowing with the TB rate now at 10%. Gone are the days where it was 25%, where the banks would take their money, give it to government, go and sleep, and make 25% interest and high profit. Now that trend is changing. Government is not borrowing, so you have no option to give it to the private sector. We've seen a reduction in credit to the an increase in the credit to the private sector, and I'm sure that it's going to be sustained. That is where we'll be able to move our economy forward. In fact, if interest rates should come down and businesses are borrowing, the bank themselves will also do very well. They will make a lot of profit because non-performing loan will also go down. So we are holding them to their word, and obviously we are all here. We will be analyzing.
On international front, Donald Trump has said he will permanently pause migration to the U.S. from all third world countries. His comments came a day after an Afghan national was accused of shooting 2 members of the National Guard in Washington, D.C. Trump suggested the incident underlined a major national security threat. West Africa's regional bloc, ECOWAS, has suspended Guinea-Bissau's membership hours after an army general was sworn in as the president of the country. The decision was reached at a virtual session of ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council, chaired by Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio, on Thursday night. Sports updates will be coming your way after the quick break. Stay tuned. Sports news also. The Ministry of Sports and Recreation is set to appoint Kumawood actor and football administrator Samuel Yaudabo as a grassroots football ambassador. The minister, who was meeting the actor in his office at the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, said this is part of a broader effect to strengthen the foundation of Ghana football by engaging credible personalities with direct connection to youth development.
Seriously, I can say, idea we except as I said, ministry, said we are I mean, building also the better with sports ambassador, especially for grassroots football. Grassroots football because a corner we need to ambassador for grassroots football.
Ancelot has promised to fight at Liverpool and confirmed he had spoken to the club owners on Thursday following a run of 9 defeats in 12 games. He admitted he was in shock after 4-1 humiliation against PSV at Anfield, which was their third successive loss by 3 goals or more, following a 3-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest and Manchester United in the Premier League.
We fight on and we try to improve. That's what we all try, but the conversations have been the same as they've been for the past 1.5 years. I do agree with you that our standards, and with our I mean the team, have not been of the standards that we're used to and that we want. So we think we can play better than we do. But last season, when we did really well, there was a lot of focus on certain individuals, and I always said it should be about the team, and the team makes the individuals look very good. And if the opposite is happening, we should also look at the team and not at the individuals. So that's where it's about for me. It's quite normal if you win or lose or draw that you reflect on a game. Which decisions have you made? What have you done during the week? All kind of usual things managers do if they win or lose. But maybe you do it a little bit more if you lose. You try to find the answer to what is needed to win a game of football. And yeah, in the end, it's about doing what this club is about, is keep fighting, and no matter how difficult it is, we have to fight together. But it would also be nice if we would reward ourselves in the moments we play well, because yeah, people are very focused and correctly about the parts we don't play well, but there are definitely large parts of the games where we do play well and where we do create a lot of chances, and we tend to forget to reward ourselves in those moments, and every small mistake or small error immediately leads to us conceding a goal, and that is a very bad cocktail to have. There's a lot of pressure if you work or play at a top club, and even more so if you start losing more games than this club or this players or this manager is used to. So then there's always pressure. But there was a lot of pressure last season as well for us to win the league. And now it's a different kind of pressure because we've lost so many games. But what it does to me, I can just do the same, but I don't have to play. So maybe my job is a little bit easier if it comes to this. Because I think it's hard for every player. If you are in a bad run of results, if you go down immediately after 3 minutes, and then you play a a good first half, and then 10 minutes.
Former Black Stars midfielder Kwadwo Asamoah says football has been everything for him. even as he forged a new path after retiring from professional play. In an interview, the 36-year-old reflected on his lifelong connection to the sport.
Let's say football has been everything for me, even to date. I just live with football. In my career, it was very short. When I started my whole career, it took about 2 years to play in the Premier League, and because of the talent being given, I never lacked when I was.
The African Cup of Nations trophy was unveiled in London as it begins its tour ahead of next month's tournament. Kenya's former midfielder Victor was among the notable figures present at the unveiling. He touched on the difficulties some teams have faced in qualifying for the tournament.
You go through a lot. It's not easy. You go through a lot before you get into that level. So it's always tough, physically, also technically. Nothing easy there. Nobody comes to joke. So African football is where a lot of players they are committed, a lot of teams they are committed, and you can never. African football has evolved so much, and now a lot of countries coming, from nothing. Now they are known. The likes of Madagascar. A few years nobody knew about Madagascar, but now they have shown what they can do in football, and they are one of the biggest teams, one of the football countries now.
And that will be all for sports news. Stay tuned as entertainment story will be coming your way after the commercial break. Now let's move on to the entertainment stories. The University of Ghana's 2024-25 Student Representative Council President and artist Guru has addressed claims that the winner of Miss UG 2025 received a car in poor condition. In a video circulating on social media, Guru has responded to the Queen's allegations.
Let her walk. She for no walk. Believe him. And then the next day, yes. Come and she acquire car be the 100 years. Yes, ASIC. Now Ghana car then La Paz Yota Grado Beach. The car no be new. He promised to give us a brand new car. He gave me an old car. Yes, so but the car or the man else packing. Car air condition. Car the air car. Car no tia so there be
Eugene Osafo cancer known as Kokonsa says the controversy involving mental health advocate Abena Koko did not break him but rather increases online following significantly.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm speaking about it anywhere in this world, not just in Ghana, anywhere. Yeah. I mean, I've seen all the comments, I've seen all the insults, all the laughter, all the trolls and everything. It rather boosted my career. Got 1 million followers out of Abena Koko's issue. I don't think he affected me in any way. Not emotionally, not physically, not psychologically, not mentally. He didn't. Because I had built something strong already. And let me say this, I was expecting something like this in my career. How can you do this job for 20 years and not get a scandal? I wanted to experience how it looks like, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. I knew it would happen. I knew something will hit me very hard. Psychologically, mentally, my marriage, everything. I was building the walls before it happened. The only person who knew, do you understand? I knew that someday, somebody, I didn't know what it is, but I knew in my heart that Charlie, because people were blocking me because I had done, people were fighting me again.
And this is where we end tonight's news bulletin on CSTV. But before we go, let's have a recap of some top stories that makes way on our news bulletin. Methodist Church Ghana has responded to Supreme Court suit over Wesley Girls High School. 13 schools in Kwewu West received science and math learning materials. In business news, also Mark Bedu Abuaji has urged all banks to step up their proceedings. On the foreign front, ECOWAS expels Guinea-Bissau after Army General seizes power. And this is where we draw a curtain for tonight's bulletin. Cstv News at 24 was brought to you by Celeste Brown, Bremer Ushering Agency, KS Rafemix Company Limited, Amstel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, Sarah's Jewelry, Jack Decorating, NAP Apartment Hotel, and Crystal Jewelry Sex Shop. My name is Dr. Mensa. Have a good evening.